Choosing gratitude, unlocking the power of thankfulness. If the only prayer you have pronounced in your entire life was thank you, it would be enough, said Meister Eckhart. Start your day by giving thanks. Realize that you are powerfully blessed and that blessings are continuously poured upon you. Your lack of gratitude from yesterday matters little. It's your current attitude that matters. Leave the past behind you. Don't waste time dwelling on past mistakes. Simply learn from them, then move forward and enjoy life, constantly giving thanks for everything. Reality is neutral. There is neither good nor bad, just phenomena interacting and constantly transforming. Our way of seeing things and our beliefs will attribute a plethora of labels on what can be considered desirable or undesirable, good or not good, etc. When reality aligns with our expectations, all is well. But when it changes and no longer meets our ever-changing expectations, then nothing seems right. Reality is simply as it is. We can only change our perspective, our way of perceiving things. When we were children and made 5 mistakes in a dictation, we were called out for the 5 mistakes, not the 495 words written without spelling errors. We are more easily reminded of everything that is not yet perfect, everything that needs correcting, without taking the time to see at the same time all the ground already covered, all that has already been achieved. This influences our way of seeing or not seeing things as they are. It's the story of the glass half empty or half full. Ultimately, reality is the same in both cases, but depending on our point of view, the consequences on our mindset will be very different. Simply observe your feelings first from the perspective of the half-full glass, then from that of the half-empty glass. Yet, the reality is the same in both cases. Imagine a marathon runner. He just passed the sign for the first 5 kilometers. He could say to himself, "Great, I've already done 5 kilometers." Or he could say, "I still have 37 to go." And then you can imagine the internal dialogue that might cross his mind. It's going to be long. I won't make it, etc. Consider well in which case he is most likely to reach the end of the race. It's not about telling ourselves stories, but about seeing the glass half full and not just half empty. We have many beautiful things in our lives without seeing them. Instead, focusing on what we don't have and being perpetually dissatisfied. It's not very visible, so we tend to forget it too quickly. But in our world, hundreds of millions of people will live their whole lives with no more than a few dollars in their pockets. Does that prevent them smiling, having a family, being happy? As Bruno Lallemand says, those of us who have everything with little effort are like spoiled children, never satisfied with anything. So here's a new habit to cultivate in your daily life. If you're alive, give thanks. Not everyone has that privilege. If you have good health, give thanks. Not everyone is so fortunate. If you have a roof over your head, give thanks. Not everyone has that security. If you have food and drink daily, give thanks. Not everyone has that sustenance. If you have family and friends, thank them for their presence instead of seeing their faults. If you've experienced failures, give thanks, because they've taught you humility, the obligation to never rest on your laurels, and the necessity to understand the failures of other people who, at times, also need help. If you've experienced luck, avoided misfortunes, found solutions, developed talents, won victories, had good days in your life, give thanks. Not everyone has had such experiences. It's more enjoyable to see things from this perspective than to repeat over and over again all that remains to be done or all that we don't have. This is a matter of habit. When you grumble internally for any reason, see at the same time all that has succeeded in your life. You may have a family, children, friends, etc. It may not be obvious at first, but it becomes easier and easier afterwards through the force of habit and repetition. When things are deeply ingrained in us, it's sometimes difficult to open up to new perspectives, so take it gradually. When you are grateful and appreciate all the good things in life, love flows freely in and through you. It's when you forget to thank and appreciate all the perfect and good gifts that you become dry and fragile. You worry about yourself and stop caring about all the elements that make up the universe in which you live.